2, 3, 4, hit it.
Welcome to LoveLine
with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I am still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. The phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. And tonight, our guests are the Offspring. So far, we just have the off part, which is Noodles. The rest of the boys ran into traffic or something.
I have no idea where they are.
All right, but they'll be here.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a band that really rocks.
Dexter is just, he's known for being late, so I'm sure he'll be here any minute. But
well, that's all right.
Out of breath, running and sweating, I'm sure.
It's okay. Insurance adjusters are supposed to be on time. Bands are supposed to show up drunk with the penis hanging out of the fly, cussing at their management.
You saw me getting out of my car.
Yeah.
All right.
And they will be here, I'm sure, because I think we got a phone call from them. So, Offspring, one of the big local bands out here, and I don't mean to say that you're not huge internationally, but you're from the Orange County area. And a lot of bands coming out of Orange County all of a sudden.
It's the new Seattle.
Yeah, it is. And like I had mentioned when Drew made that statement a couple of weeks ago, if Drew knows about Orange County, then it's huge because Drew is still calling Nirvana Nervosa and the Smashing Pumpkins the Smashing Dumplings. So you know it's big. But these guys, you guys have been around, you were telling me off the air, for at least 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years. It's been the four of us for 10 years. Ron was the last one to join. He's the youngest. He's the baby of the band. But he's been with us for 10 years, so yeah.
And there's a lot of people listening who are budding anything or something, meaning artists, comedians, writers, musicians, and they all, it's real easy for them to say, okay, now the band's making it, now the band, so meaning you guys started when your first hit came out.
A lot of people believe that, yeah, because I think we sold like 20 records before Smash came out, and that's done considerably more than that. Yeah, it's but I mean, everyone
we've been
having
around
for a long time.
Working day jobs,
yeah,
loading your own equipment.
I was a janitor. Last time I was actually on the show, I was still a custodian. I had to get up the next morning and go to work.
Oh, that's incredible.
As a janitor. So yeah,
I had no idea who these guys were when they last were on the show.
Right.
No idea.
You know who they are now, Drew?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
His kids.
And I remember somebody sitting down about right here. It was a different studio, and he goes, "I'm the guy that says you got to keep them separated." This is interesting.
Do we have Jason here?
He was here. I remember him saying that.
Blackballing. Okay.
That's all I remember about that show.
And I'm sure that meant the world to you, Drew.
I had no idea what in the heaven's name they were talking about.
He still says that every time he meets somebody. I'm the guy who says keep them separated. Most people don't know anymore what he's talking about.
So a lot of years of struggling, but it's all paid off.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a struggle to get anywhere, though. We were just happy struggling. I mean, and it didn't seem like a struggling to us. It was just fun to go out and play punk rock shows in these punk rock clubs with other crazy punk rock bands. It was just what we did on weekends and on summer vacation.
And, yeah, I mean, what I always tell people, not that I have words to live by, but do what you do, not because you think you're going to get laid or get a big paycheck, although, these are definite perks, but do it because you love it. And then if it doesn't work out, well, then you had a life of doing what you love.
And that's why Adam had to give up carpet cleaning.
Yeah, that's why I put down the wand. All right, so the Offspring is going to be playing the world-famous K-Rock Weenie Roast, which is coming up this Saturday with just one of many bands and a huge lineup.
It's an amazing bill, amazing.
And it's nice because you probably toured with some of these bands over the years.
Yeah, Social Distortion's playing, and we've played with them. The Descendants, although I've never played with the Descendants, I've seen them play, and I love them. They're playing the side stage.
You were saying you were hanging out with the Boss Tones just a few weeks back.
That's right. Yeah, another great band. That's really the only ones that I really know personally and have really been into. But there's a lot of bands I want to see. I want to check out the Foo Fighters. Their new record's great, just amazing. So I look forward to seeing them. It's just an amazing bill.
And then after that, you take a little break, and it's off to South America.
Well, Canada first, yeah.
Not Canada, South America. Come on. Tomato.
South America, yeah.
And we were talking, because we've had a few bands. I can't recall the ones, but a lot of bands we've had through here have done the South American thing and said it's, and don't give me that perplexed look, Drew. Haven't they talked about that? Hundreds of thousands of screaming, drunken, greased up natives. Who was that?
I can't remember.
That's everyone's account of South America is that it's enormous. The fans are just crazed, and that it's fun. It's fun for every band to go play down there.
Good.
So.
I mean, this is the greatest job in the world. You play your music, you make a ton of money, theoretically, if your manager doesn't screw you, and you hang out in South America and play to chicks who are wearing just beads for a bikini top. All right, let's get to the phones, and I'm sure the rest of the band will meander in here as the night wears on. Andrea, 22.
Hi, Drew. Hi, Adam.
Andrea.
I've been listening to you guys for about 3 weeks now. My boyfriend just recently went to jail, and he listens to you guys, and he said that you guys are really good. And so I started listening, and I hear you guys got a lot of girls come on who say they don't like their breasts, that they're too large. And I have very large breasts. And I don't see, I mean, the guys love them. My boyfriend loves them. I love them. I don't see a problem with them.
You can add me to that growing list, too, Andrea. Just go ahead and put my name in the ring.
Well, these girls, if they can just hang out for a little while, because I know most of them were really young. There was one girl, she said her breast kept growing. And if she can just hang out for a while, the men will love her.
But
they're not so much worried about attracting men, though.
It's worried,
they got that part down.
They feel demeaned. They feel as though there's nothing else that they are being pursued for, and people
have
difficulty looking them in the eye and have difficulty taking them seriously, and women tend to denigrate them and look down upon them.
I get a lot of that, though. A guy will come up to you and he'll look straight at your breasts and not at your face first.
Right. Well, which ones?
If you just take it, for them, and hold your head up high.
All right, Andrea.
Yes.
Enough of your breast philosophy. What's your boyfriend in the pokey for?
Oh, they came into our house with a search warrant and said everything was stolen and that he's this big mafia guy who was doing all these...
railroaded. Framed by the feds.
Well, no,
it's another Waco.
I can't say he's honest, all honest, but I know that that everything in our house wasn't stolen.
The clock radio.
You guys went out and bought the hamper and the toilet brush, I believe.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, so how long's he in for?
Well, we don't know yet. We'll know on the 25th if he gets a bond or not.
Is this, do you get conjugal visits with a boyfriend?
No. Arizona, the only state you don't get conjugal visits.
Oh, good.
No, not good.
No, this is smart. We don't need to. The taxpayers don't need to be providing Winnebagos so you can get laid in when you're incarcerated. Here's the whole deal of incarceration. Let me explain the through line of incarceration, the plan of incarceration. You're supposed to be removed from things that you love. It's a form of punishment. I'm not sure if people are aware of this. You're not supposed to sit and watch Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, watch cable TV, and bang one of your many hoes. This is not incarceration.
And study the law and eat nice meals.
Yes, you're supposed to be miserable when you're incarcerated.
Yeah.
And I'm home masturbating. This guy's in the pokey and he's getting laid and doing drugs, and I can't even score at the park anymore. All right.
You go to jail too, Adam.
Talking about Noodles?
Hey, Dexter.
Hi. Dexter's here.
Yeah, I got here, sorry.
Good. No, that's cool.
Typical irresponsible musician.
Well, that's what we heard. Don't worry. Noodles covered quite nicely.
Just one more for the road turned into, 3 or 4 more?
Yeah, you know how that goes.
That's all right. This is good rock and roll radio.
5 minutes late.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's why bands don't get here about 20 after.
Yeah, no, we
Fashionable.
We will not hold it against you at all.
Fashionable.
In fact, I'm impressed.
All right, Drew. Give the guy an award for showing up late now? He's late, but he's moderately late, and that's fine. We have no problem with that. It's a very hang-loose show here on LoveLine. All right, so just jump in and enjoy. Jason, 22.
Hello?
That sound like BS?
It's the pasta again. You sound like an Italian waiter.
All right, that's an old joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was calling to ask a question about my ex. Me and my ex have a son together, and she's 18, and she's trying to, use my son as a whipping pole.
A whipping pole?
Yeah, it's she'll let my family see him and stuff, and then now I'm on probation for sex with a minor, and she's trying to get me violated on my probation because she was 17 at the time.
Right.
And I was 20 at the time.
So she was another minor that you had sex with, right?
Right. And we got involved, and her parents knew how old I was and everything.
Was that when you were already on parole?
Yeah.
And now you have a son. How old is the son?
He's 4 months, and
she's not using him as a whipping pole. She's using him as a pawn. She's using him to manipulate you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Gotta get the metaphors right.
And I can't see my son or anything, but she'll let the rest of my family see my son.
She's not physically harming the child. Not whipping the child.
Not that I know of. She has hit on me before in the past, and
Let me ask a question.
She's physically hit you?
Yeah, she has.
All right, but it's always kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah, and I kind of hate women now, and I think all women are abusive, and I'm going to counseling and stuff.
Have you ever been in a hospital, psychiatric hospital?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And I'm having a real hard time dealing with it.
Are you on any medications?
No, I'm not.
Have they been suggested that you go on medication?
No.
Okay.
And I've been going to my doctor and stuff and dealing with everything, and I'm really afraid now of losing my son because I know they're going to take him away from her and stuff. My doctor's reported everything to Child Protective Services, and I'm trying to do everything with mediation, go to mediation and filing the court papers on my own. Because
Jason, let me just make sure we're on the same page here. Your wife, the mother of your child is how old?
She's 18.
She's 18. So you had sex with her when she was a minor.
17, yeah.
And then you got busted for having sex with another minor.
Well, before that.
Oh, before that.
A long time ago, yeah.
Uh-huh. And
this would be a violation of his parole.
And that's what you're paroled for.
Right.
You had no prior offenses.
No.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay. And now you have no visitation to your 4-month-old.
Well, it's like she wants to meet me out at public places and stuff.
Because she doesn't trust you.
No, I don't trust her after she's threatened me and stuff, but I want to try to work things out with her and get back with her.
Well, that's understandable.
Because do you want to marry her?
I do. I was engaged to her for a year.
Well, why do you want to get married to her if she threatens you?
Because I'm trying to want her to go to counseling and get help, and I believe she's very heavily persuaded by her parents.
Why is she going to have the child taken away from her?
Because of the abuse on me, and then drug abuse in her home. Her sister that was on still on probation for drugs and was on violation and put into a group home, and now her sister's back at home and stuff. Lives at home with them, and back in the home. And I'm very concerned for my son's sake. That's all I care about really right now.
All right, Jason. Here's my theory. I've said this before. People that are a little screwed up need to be hooked up with sane people, not people that are more screwed up than they are, because it's only going to drag them down. You two together are the blind leading the blind. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you got some problems, right?
Yeah.
That's all right. Everyone's got problems. And she obviously has some problems.
Yeah.
Together, you got big problems. You know what I'm saying?
People of like sort of developmental makeup
of
can
course
go together.
Well, yes, obviously we're not going to hook him up with Brigitte Nielsen or something, or Cindy Crawford. No, obviously we can't aim that high. But what you need is someone who's sort of not troubled. Just sort of leads an uneventful life.
And this what I'm about to say may sound horribly crass, but if he really is concerned about this child, how about finding a nice set of adopted parents for him?
And it's like...
Jason, how about that?
Well, it's like, because...
How about the Offspring adopts a child?
There you go.
Take him out on tour.
I think Michael Kennedy might have some good insight on this one.
It's like, I'm having a hard time dealing with it, and it's like, neither one of us are acting like adults really
Right.
about it.
Okay.
And we both need to be adults about it. There, for my son's sake, there's a child involved now, and
But maybe adoption. Maybe that would be
All right. Well, we're not going to talk the guy out of his kid. Jason, go to counseling and talk to your counselor and figure out what the best plan is.
I'll tell you what, just from my own experience, I've got a daughter, and I was never married to her mom, and the thing that saved me as far as a father and through this whole relationship has just been trying to walk the straight and narrow line myself, at least in terms of being a father. When I'm off doing my own thing and I don't have custody of my daughter, I do what I do, and I have I have a fun time, but when it comes to living my life and being a father, I'm always making sure that I am walking the straight and narrow. I'm a clean liver when as far as my kid is concerned.
That is
and her mother.
Very well put. We've talked about that many a time on the air, and the way I state it is, I don't care how old you are. Once you have a child, you become Papa. Now you're an adult. Now you have to act like an adult. I don't care if you're 17 and stoned. If you got a kid, then you're dad. Then you got to be an adult.
But also, you're in a relationship that has failed, the one that I had with my daughter's mother. And, we disagreed. That's why the relationship failed. I could try to change her, I disagree with you on this, you need to change. Or I can just say, hey, whatever, I'm going to go and be the best father I can be and not worry about her, because she would do the same thing to me. She'd want to change me. I can't do it.
And meanwhile, the
kid
gets swatted back and forth like a badminton bird.
Yeah.
All right, listen to that, Jason. Danielle, 15.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Drew. First, I want to say I love you guys dearly, but my question's for the Offspring. Hi, Dexter. Hi, Noodles.
Hey.
First, I want to say, oh, my God, you guys are my favorite band. I worship you. I worship every blade of grass that you guys have ever walked on.
Well, that's going a little too far, but thanks.
No one's ever said that before.
You guys make, the best CDs. I could just, totally jam to your CDs, and you guys are even better live. I saw you, May 7th at the Palladium.
All right.
Cool.
My dad took me, and he even liked you guys.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That.
And I was wondering, ever since I got your new album, I was wondering, how did you guys come up with the title, and what's the meaning behind it?
Well, do you want to take this one, Noodles?
No.
It's really just kind of nothing. It's just kind of silly. Ixnay on the hombre. Ixnay is just...
It's a mixture of Pig Latin, German, and Spanish, actually. Ixnay is a Pig Latin version of the German word nix.
There you go.
And hombre is Spanish for man.
Nix meaning cut out.
Stop.
Exactly.
Stop.
Exactly. Nix the man.
You got to go back to the old Three Stooges and check out some of that.
Some of that stuff.
Yeah,
so it's just like saying screw authorities, that
do
kind of thing.
people still speak Pig Latin?
All the time.
Because it was, they do. Because it was I took it as a second language in junior high, but it seems to have faded out.
It's the only language that's spoken.
Exactly.
All right, Danielle?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, I'll see if I can get the band to soil some sod, and we'll send it out to you, all right? She loves you. Oh. Jason, 14.
Hi, you guys rule. I just want to tell you that. And Dexter and Noodle, you guys rule too.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
My question is for Adam and Drew. There's this girl, and I went out with her a while ago, like last year, and she really liked me, but I didn't really like her, and so it just kind of stopped right there. And then we started becoming more friends than, going out. And, I don't know, she's kind of obsessed with me.
Dad.
Dad.
Who came in the room?
My dad, sorry.
Oh, really? Let me talk to him.
I don't know right now.
Okay, is he wearing his belt?
Yeah.
Okay.
He might be a whipping pole in a minute.
Okay, sorry about that.
Adam could set him straight.
I could get him off you for like 6 months.
No, it's okay.
Either that or he snaps and kills you tonight. It's a roll of the dice when I talk to Dad.
Hey.
Yeah, things haven't been that good at home.
Okay. All right.
So this girl's obsessed with you, even though you've been clear that this is a friendship.
Yeah.
So this is Adam's theory about male-female friendships, that somebody is always somewhere.
And I think
men and women do not get together platonically unless there's initial attraction from one or the other.
I mean, evidently, Jason's friend couldn't get over that. And is now evolving that further, even though she's clear that this was a friendship, right?
Yeah.
But you said you did date a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it became a friendship. He thought, anyway.
I think
Okay.
sometimes she thinks that it's a little more than that.
See, I don't think she's clear what this is.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I've done this many a time myself. I certainly am guilty of this. What happens is you go out with someone for a date or two, you're falling in love, they're retching, and then they kindly tell you, let's just be friends. And you think to yourself, like some sort of mad scientist, perfect. She's falling right into my web of deceit. Yes, I will be her friend for now, but I will work on her. I will chip away at her, and one day she'll agree to go camping with me, and I'll bring out a fifth of scotch, and the rest will be history. And you end up spending a year with this diabolical plan, and meanwhile, she's dated half the varsity swim team. And you waste all this time, and then you come up with nothing. So all of you who are pining away, especially, I mean, it's one thing when your wife's, your girlfriend's 29 and you're 32 and you got 2 kids and you want to get back together. I mean, that's something. Maybe you got 10 years in. But when you went out for half a semester and you're 14, you just got to let it die. It ain't going to happen. Now, Jason wants to know how to get rid of her. I don't know.
Be honest, be clear, and then end contact.
Yeah, and you have to, as Nick Lowe would say, you have to be cruel to be kind.
You have to
just cut it off.
You have to sacrifice the friendship, right? And that there may be an opportunity for friendship again, but there needs to be about 6 months of no contact, so she has a chance to get over the law.
And as Nick Gilder would say, you got to be a hot child in the city. You know, Jason?
I don't think he does.
Okay. not a big Nick Gilder fan at 14?
You know, I do know some people, though, that it does work. They just keep on working on someone and keep on working on someone.
Well, if a guy can hang around long enough for the chick to get...
I've seen that happen, too.
Wait, I'm wrong, but guys working on girls, that works that way.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Girls working on guys doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but if a guy can hang around long enough for the girl to get fat, he's in.
Exactly.
I mean, then he's always
the
in.
guy's losing hair and stuff. It's not going to work the other way around.
Then it's okay.
That's right. There's many different angles, and there's certainly it can be done. But I'm just playing the odds here and saying if someone breaks up with you, cut your losses, have some dignity, and move on. You'll thank me later. All right, we'll be back with the Offspring. We'll play a little something off of Ixnay on the Hombre and more Druisms after this.
Ernie, the world's fastest drummer for LoveLine. Hi, when I'm not drumming up a storm. What was the rest of it? LoveLine will be right back. If it's not, sue me or something.
Oh, yeah, right there. It's LoveLine on WEBN.
Yes, more LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dexter and Noodles are here from the Offspring. Ixnay on the Hombre is the name of their latest effort. They will be at the fabulous K-Rock Weenie Roast coming up this Saturday. And why don't we hear something off of Ixnay on the Hombre? Shall we, gentlemen?
Sure, why not?
All right, Engineer Mike, you have that queued up. This one is a little ditty called The Meaning of Life. a minute. Hey. All right. Hey, it's the radio show. Yes.
Who'd have thought, man?
Who'd have thought?
What are we doing here?
The Meaning of Life from the Offspring, a band I was thinking about that got a good punk thing, but accessible riffs and kind of an anthem band.
What is the phrase? We like to do music that is accessible yet transcends.
There you go.
Ron came up with that one.
Well, it's a good mixture because it's not bubblegum pop. It's got a hard edge to it, but it's not such a hard edge that it gives you a headache.
We want to be somewhere in between the Spice Girls and
Marilyn Manson.
No, Xavier Cugat,
right in the middle.
I think.
Xavier Cugat.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Ixnay on the Hombre is the name of the CD, and it's back to the phones. Kip, 14.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Offspring, Adam, Drew.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up? Anyway, just wanted to say that Dr. Drew, you know how that person called in the other day and they were kind of like screwed up after they've been listening to you for a couple years?
Oh, yes.
I just want to say that I've been listening to you for about a year now, and you really have changed my life a lot.
Oh, Kip, God bless you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She was an A student with no piercings before she started listening to LoveLine. And now she's pulling a train and wondering where she's getting her next tab.
All right.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say that I have this thing for older guys, like in their late 20s, early 30s. Although I would never ever date one. I'm not like that. I'm not that screwed up. But I just want to know, what can I do now to stop thinking about these older guys?
You got to find a young guy with hair on him.
Sit tight. What is that?
Hold on.
All right, pull the Phantom off the CD player, please.
Fantasy music.
What was that? You got a pipe organ in your bedroom?
Computer screensaver thing.
Okay.
But Kip, listen, it's normal to sort of be attracted at your age to bigger than life or very older images of males, and to really have infatuations and crushes and that sort of thing would be completely age appropriate. Acting on them would be not normal, and as you call it, screwed up.
Yeah.
But just having them and sitting with them and exploring these feelings and seeing where they take you as you grow up, that's fine. They will settle down by themselves. Okay.
Okay.
They really
Who
will.
are you looking? Are you looking to date like a 15 or 16-year-old?
No.
No.
The more you can,
That's my age.
the more
Really, 14.
the more you can stay with guys your
you
age.
can go up to 15 or 16
Yeah,
at 14.
the more you
can't
stay with guys-
14-year-old guy's he's gonna play like Pong or Dungeons and Dragons or
As
something
you
with you.
have some gratifying relationships with your own peers, a lot of this stuff will settle down.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, Kip. What Kip was referring to is, I hate to keep reopening this wound, Drew, but it's good radio. A couple of nights ago, a young woman called in and said she's been listening to the show since it came on the air 14 years ago. And a lot of the places we're on, it's only been on 6 months, a year and a half. But here in L.A. on K-Rock, the show, albeit it was only on once a week for a long time, was on 14 years ago. And so Drew was delighted to speak to a young lady who had been listening since the age of 13, who is now 27, 28 years old. Never had a more screwed up caller. And Drew almost broke down and cried because she started off by saying how LoveLine's always been a part of her life and that she's listened to the show religiously for now 14 years, and you've never met a woman with more problems.
Wow.
So Drew was really disturbed by that.
I remain disturbed.
Oh, you're still disturbed?
Yeah. That's like Kip actually made me feel better.
All right, but you're still partially disturbed.
I'm feeling better.
Okay. Nikki.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Drew. Hi, Offspring.
Nikki.
Hi.
You're 16.
Yeah. Okay, well, the reason I called is because I have 2 questions for Dexter.
Okay.
Okay, one, me and my friend Kristen have been wondering for the longest time, why did you cut your hair?
A hair question.
We tied him down. He got really, really drunk one night, and we duct taped him to the back of the bus and shaved his hair off.
Next question.
Okay, but I got a comment for the last one first. I mean, don't get me wrong, he looks good still, but
I'm here to tell you, he's hot, Nikki.
better.
Well, the problem is that damn kid from Hanson.
Exactly.
Don't get me started on Hanson.
What's Hanson?
Oh my gosh.
They are the new
pop
geniuses. Band. Yes, the future of rock and roll. Their name is Hanson.
That kid ripped me off.
I know. You should really. Well,
I'm suing. I talked to my lawyer.
Listen, you should sue the kid from Hanson, and then Bo Derek should sue you, and then she should sue Stevie Wonder should sue her, and then Cleopatra should sue all of you.
It wasn't Bo Derek. It was Predator.
Oh, right. Yes, had the beat of dreads. All right, Nikki. Anything else?
Yeah, one other question. Okay, and did you write your song "Gone Away" for somebody?
Yeah, I did.
Because I've heard rumors it was for Nirvana or whatever, and I've heard a lot of rumors about different people.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things about music is that it can be interpreted differently for everybody. I mean, if that's kind of what it reminds you of, then that's great.
That's cool.
It's just kind of about a feeling, really.
But if we told you, it would spoil it.
Why?
It could. It might not.
It doesn't. The romance and the imagination is taken away.
Yeah, because I don't know what you wrote it about, but it's sometimes they'll write a song "Gone Away" and it's about a hamster they had that died when they were 9 years old, and in your mind it's about your dad who died in Vietnam who you'd never met, and you don't need that bubble burst.
It's kind of like similar to like seeing Adam on television.
Right. I sound so demure.
Right, you expect so much more.
So glamorous on radio, and then hey, it's the guy with the buck tooth and the nappy hair.
That's
For Christ's sake. All right, thank you for that example.
Yeah, thanks.
Very poignant. And I noticed that actually. In the old days, not necessarily rock and roll, but just in music, people would write songs, and and they'd say, James Taylor, who'd you write this song about? And he'd go, Carly Simon, that bitch, or whoever. And now, when we have bands on and people say, what was this song? What led you to write this song? What about it? And there's usually, they're usually more esoteric. It's what you want it to be,
Well,
that kind of thing.
in a lot of ways, I mean, you don't want to just kind of come on here and bleed for people.
Yeah,
you want
totally.
To
I mean,
keep
it's
some privacy and
it was a personal thing, and I don't really want to talk
keep some
about it.
things to
That's
yourself.
the main reason.
Okay. Which, like I said, is better than, so you wrote it about some girlfriend or something. What the hell does that mean to her? It's better to have it this way. All right,
and his
more
wife
mystery.
Would be really pissed off if she found about that.
Less history. All right, Drew, sell the hell out of the next call as only you can screw up.
Kim wants to talk to Adam. She thinks she's been date raped and wants to talk to an expert.
LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back after we kill the singer.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
It's LoveLine.
WBBN.
Hi everybody, this is Art from Everclear, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes.
Great guy, Art.
Where's Art? I haven't talked to Art in a while.
Are we going to see him this weekend? No.
I
bet you he's there.
You think
just
so?
Hanging out. He's that kind of guy.
All right.
Good guy.
Yeah,
Drew's
good
going
guy
out
just
on a
turns
limb.
up.
Yes, I've heard things about Art, but Art has been nothing but a delight.
You've heard bad things about him?
Yes.
Art?
Yes.
I have a hard time believing that.
You're right. I'm making it up. That's good.
What'd
radio.
you hear? What'd you hear?
I didn't hear it.
You mean the foot fetish thing?
No, I've talked to a person or two and said, yeah, Art from Everclear, greatest guy in the world, and they went, okay. But, I wasn't dating the guy or anything. He just hung out here on LoveLine a few times. I think he's a great guy.
I think he's a great guy.
All right, good.
Maybe he was using him those days when they knew him or something.
Well, you never know. Well, he does have a lot of years of using behind him, so you never know. All right, Noodles and Dexter here, both from the Offspring. What a coincidence. And we'll hear some more from the Offspring musically, but first we're going back to the phones. Kim, 20.
Hi.
Hey.
I kind of have a problem. Last Friday, I went on a date with this one guy, and, everything was going great. we went back to his place and everything, and we were just kind of messing around, which I told him was fine, and everything. But I told him, I wasn't going to have sex with him or anything. And he's like, okay, that's no problem, that's fine and everything. But, as we were messing on and everything, he kept trying to, and I kept telling him, no, back off, we should stop, I don't want to go any further. And then he, pretty much just, forced himself into me and everything, and I kept saying no, I was backing off and everything. And he, kept coming on further on me and everything.
How many dates had you had with him?
This was the first date.
First date. And had you known him for a little while?
No, I had just met him.
And you had sex with him?
Not voluntarily. It didn't really last that long. I mean, it wasn't more than just maybe about 15, 20 seconds or something. But I mean,
really?
Well, because you pulled away?
I was he was on top of me, and I was trying to pull away and everything.
Oh,
and
that is date rape.
Well, wait a minute. Did he orgasm?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay. And what were you doing? I mean, how far along were you before you told him to stop?
I told him from the beginning that
Could you have just gotten up and left? I'm not saying that you did the wrong thing, but I was curious. What kept you from getting up and leaving this guy?
Well, it was I was like, I don't want to go any further, and he was just like, okay, that's fine, no problem and everything. And then he would go further, and I'd be like, no, we got to stop kind of thing. And I was trying to back off, and he just kept coming on me further.
Right.
I was backing up, and he was.
But I mean, were you dressed at the time?
Not really. I was wearing a skirt.
All right, but here's I guess what I'm asking. How far were you going to go before this?
I was just messing around. I mean, he knew from the beginning we were just going to be messing around, and I told him, no intercourse or anything.
Okay.
I mean, there was no oral sex or anything like that.
Right. Okay, so do you want to press charges?
No, I'm just wondering if this was...
It'd be hard to prove. There'd be very little forensic evidence.
Well, I mean, here's my feeling on rape. It's sort of in the eyes of the victim. I mean, if you think you're raped, then that means you didn't want to have sex, and he forced it on you, and therefore, technically, I suppose you're raped. But there's certainly degrees.
Yeah.
Of this, and there's certainly, and everyone hates to hear this because they say no means no, and guys should respect that and all that, and I agree with that. But I'll tell you one thing: if you're jogging through the park and the guy jumps you and holds a knife to you, that is a little different situation than you having a couple cocktails, going to his apartment, and getting started.
We weren't drinking.
Okay.
Good.
What were you doing?
Getting date raped.
Oh, okay. All right. So why don't you want to press charges, though?
I mean, I'm not sure if it really was date. I mean,
had you ever been raped or anything like that before in your life?
No.
Never?
No.
Were you ever physically abused or sexually abused when you were younger or anything like that?
No.
Okay. How did you leave it with him? I mean, did you just run out of there?
No, I was just kind of like, it's time to take me home.
And he took you home?
Yeah.
And was he apologetic or anything?
No.
He just took you home?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was last week.
Have you had any contact with him since?
No.
Because of your choice?
I don't want to have any contact.
You're done with him, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but is your question then, should you know what I mean? I mean, should you assume the posture of a victim now, or should you get counseling?
I'm just trying to figure out in my head kind of what happened. I mean, I'm not...
It's really hard for us to know what you experienced, because you do keep saying that he it sounds like you set down some ground rules, and you were willing to kind of make out with the guy, or what do you guys call it, scam with him, and he just kept taking it too far, and he was not respecting the boundaries you laid down, and that would be, and you were, if you were as clear as you say you were,
yeah,
and if you said no repeatedly,
trying to push him off of me.
Then what can you say? I mean, that is what it is.
Right, but there's still a point where you have to respect the boundaries that you lay down as well. I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm not, championing the cause of rapists. But I'm saying, as a woman, if you're in a guy's apartment and you say, look, it's only going this far, and he crosses the line, and you say, no, you've crossed the line, then it's time to get up and leave. It's not time.
It's hard, though. Imagine.
I know.
Because
Listen, I half of the sexual experiences I've had in my life under today's standards would fall under the heading of date rape. I'm thoroughly convinced of that. At the time, it just seemed like, let's get a few drinks and see what we can get. But now, under today's very broad guidance, and I've never done this.
So you mean there was actually another partner, somebody in the room with you at the time?
At one time.
My penis is actually pressing charges.
Okay.
My penis isn't with me. It's in counseling right now. All right.
It sounds like you're not too disturbed about this. Do you feel like are you having sleep problems or mood problems, anything like that? Panic attacks?
Kind of been basically just like down and depressed and sit. You know what I mean?
All right.
So you should probably talk to somebody about this.
You really should. I mean, you've been violated, and it's disturbing you. And you at least look at it from the perspective of trying to get something to help you deal with whatever we define this as. Get somebody else to sit down in a room with a locked door as a professional and talk to you about it.
Okay.
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 All right. And Kim. Even though you had wrong done to you, don't assume that posture of a victim. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's an a-hole. You learned a lesson. He screwed with you. It was unfortunate. You get a little counseling, and then move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not looking to make a big
Right,
issue.
okay. I'm not trying to minimize what happened to you, but I'm just saying don't go through your entire life as a rape victim.
Yeah.
Because that's not fair to you.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you want to press charges against this guy, I would do it.
Although it would be at least get a report in case he does it to somebody else. You were there. It'd be hard for you to actually have any kind of evidence collected.
It's not going to do any time, but I mean, you could get on record that
definitely, and it might make you feel better just to.
Well, right, and again, to know that he's probably, if he's done this to you, undoubtedly he's doing it to other people.
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin, 21.
Hey.
Yeah.
I got something for Dr. Drew, but before I bring it, it's pretty heavy, so I'd like to stroke your ego for a minute, Adam, if I may.
Okay.
You are brilliant.
Okay, that was about 10 seconds. You got another 50.
You are a genius. Your comedic stylings are just... It's
all right, I'm bored.
Shush. Shut Drew's mic off. Would you, Engineer Mike? Go ahead.
And actually, I have a question for Dr. Drew about that, because...
I can still talk.
Hold on. I'll answer for him. Huh?
Adam, you are so funny.
Right.
And it really seems like Dr. Drew is completely oblivious to... It seems like he doesn't really even think you're funny at all.
Well, he's got that kind of textbook mind.
Does he laugh? Does he smirk or anything when you know what I mean?
No, he's become very hardened.
I've seen a lot of rolling eyes and raised eyebrows. But
yeah, it is like he's like Beethoven's dad. All he can hear is the missed notes. He does not see the genius before him.
Jaded, as they say in Hollywood.
One day he'll look back in retrospect and wipe a tear from his eye like an Indian by the side of the road. But until then, I'm just that jerk he hangs out with at night.
But how does he look when you play like the Dr. Drew Shuffle and the Boogie? And how does he?
Uncomfortable. That's how I look.
He looks like one of the defendants during the Nuremberg trial.
Wow.
All right. Kevin?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to me?
What's
your question? What's your question?
I'd like to note that the funniest thing you do, I think, is when you make these big generalizations, like, for instance, about people who drink Mountain Dew and, like, guys who go to community college. And
Right. I'm still on board with the community college, but I've had a little my thunder stolen with the whole Mountain Dew riff because the GM of the station yelled at me.
Wow.
With one word.
It was great. He said to me, we're on the plane to Washington, D.C. for the WHFS Festival last week, and he looked at me and he said, Pepsi. And I said, that doesn't mean anything to me. And he said, they make Mountain Dew! And I went, yeah. And then, you're going in your mind, how much does he know and what did he hear? And then, did he hear the nectar of the tards part? And I said, yeah. And he said, knock it off. And I said, I'll see what I can, don't see what you can do. And I just went, okay. So there's certain times when you just don't argue. Just, okay. So Mountain Dew is gone from nectar of the tards to milk of the bosom of the Virgin Mary. That is what I'm upgrading it to. Only geniuses drink Mountain Dew. All right, what the hell did he want?
He had a heavy question.
Oh, Kevin did?
Yeah.
All right, we're running late for break. Kevin.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we got to go to break.
All right.
Why don't you come up with a few more words of praise for me?
I actually have some more.
Write
please.
it down so it's real succinct, all right?
Cool.
All right, and then we'll come back with the Offspring and get into your question.
All right.
All right, we'll be back.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Really? LoveLine will be right back to deal with inflamed, sensitive areas.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
WEBN.
Hey, LoveLine with Noodles and Dexter, both from The Offspring. Phone number here, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Tomorrow, I shouldn't say tomorrow, but I should say next week, Tom Arnold will be in here, as well as Toad the Wet Sprocket, who is a band that I enjoy. And I've never got to meet the guys, so I'll look forward to talking to them next week. And we will be back in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station. WEBN Cincinnati.
All right, the show's LoveLine. It's Adam. It's Drew. It's the Offspring, and it's back to the phones we go. Kevin.
Yes.
All right, you were gushing last time we spoke.
Yeah.
But I want you to stifle your love for me for just one moment.
I'll try.
And ask us your important question.
Okay, this one's kind of for Dr. Drew, and it's going to be really hard on me if you don't believe it. So I just want to say up front, I'm not. This isn't a joke.
Okay, what happened?
I suspect that possibly my father has molested me and my other brothers, or some of us, or maybe all of us. Or
why do you believe that?
There's a few things. One thing is I have had, I wouldn't say frequent dreams, but I've had several dreams where my dad is watching me undress and saying lewd things to me, and you know what I mean?
Right.
Talking at me and things like that. But the more concrete evidence I have is that I now remember back being a little kid, maybe, around 80, I guess I was about 8 or 9 years old, and waking up in the middle of the night when my dad got home from work, and he's sucking on my neck.
On your neck?
Or my ear. And, I remember actually his tongue being in my ear. And
Huh.
Yeah, but don't you remember, more vividly, things that happened when you were 8 or 9, when you're 21?
You can block
Or do you
stuff
block
out.
stuff?
You can block. Really traumatic stuff you can block.
But, I remember him being the same way with my brothers, and he's always been really touchy-feely with us. And
Maybe it's just that you're picking up on. How have your relationships been? That's other evidence of what might have happened.
with girls?
Yeah.
I've only had a few. The truth is, I guess they haven't been that great.
What happens with them?
When things get serious, I tend to mistreat my girlfriend.
Yeah, so is everyone listening, though.
And I have a girlfriend right now who I've been with for almost 3 years, and I often mistreat her.
Well, but you're able to sustain the intimacy, though, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that suggests. 3 years, pretty good at 21. That does
That'd be a record for me.
None
by
of
the way.
that. None of what you're saying suggests overt sexual abuse.
Okay.
What it suggests is that there was something you were picking up on about your dad that was disturbing to you.
Okay.
Amongst which is sort of impropriety, difficulty with boundaries, and touching in ways that was uncomfortable for you.
Have you talked to any of your brothers?
I've talked to my twin a little bit. He's kind of had the same suspicions, I think. And, the reason I was asking is because I just found out the other day, I have 4 brothers, and one of my brothers has always been kind of a problem child. We've all been okay except for this one brother, and he recently dropped out of high school, and he's completely distant from the family. And
very often, if somebody is going to be an abuser, particularly a father, they usually choose one.
Really?
They don't do it to all of them. That's the more characteristic pattern. There's one that's the good victim, and they go for that one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the way they are.
I don't know how I'd feel about that if I was one of the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
So it's all very suspicious, and you're certainly picking up on some things that you're very uncomfortable about with your father. And
all right, but
trust your instincts.
I don't know. I don't want to talk anyone out of being molested, but I mean, this is a very hot topic these days.
Hey, I'm not saying he's necessarily molested. I'm just saying listen to your instincts. That's all. But look, he seems fine. He's saying his relationship's okay. He's got some problems with intimacy, but I suspect he will work those things out himself.
Okay. Adam.
Hello?
Hey, you're 15.
Okay, thanks. Adam, Drew, you guys rock.
Thanks.
So I have to say, when you get Boobville up, I'm going to be the first resident there. Okay, but my question's for Offspring.
Hey.
What
kind of floor plans you going to have?
Actually.
Sawdust.
What?
Sorry.
Talking about the floor, the boob hut. What is this?
Well, it's a little more than a hut. Thank you. It's a dream. It's a Boobville. It's some land. Well, it's a utopia where
Hooters waitresses go to retire or something like this.
Actually, we get them before they go to Hooters. We don't want any Hooters waitress put out to pasture over at Boobville. It's a little plot of land I've bought in Plentywood, Montana, right next to the Canadian border, and I'm going to erect a utopia. Disneyland for drunken guys who were kicked out of the military is basically what I would call it.
Is Margaret Cho involved?
All right.
Oh, wait, save it.
All right, save it. Save it for tomorrow.
All right, what's your question?
Okay, first of all, what is Mota? What does that mean?
Mota?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Cyprus?
I'm from Cyprus.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Mota's
Have you ever
weed,
gone
right?
down to Santa Ana?
What part?
17th and
17th and anything?
Yeah, really. Yeah, no, Mota's it's like a Mexican slang word for pot.
Okay. Yeah, so I figured it's something like that.
It's right next to chode in the Spanish dictionary.
Okay. And are you guys coming back out here for another concert? Because I missed the one on when you guys were playing at the Palladium.
We're going to be at the Glass House in Pomona on the 30th, actually. That's
the 30th?
The closest one.
And we're doing something else. I forget what it is off the top of my head. I don't know.
What is it?
Could it be the Weenie Rose?
Oh, that's it.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a bunch of no-names come together and try to impress some label guys. It's more of a showcase than it is a concert, you know.
Exactly. Wow.
A lot of the bands, what happens, a lot of bands will send out flyers, see if they can get some record types in there. Obviously, not the main guys, but some of the underlings will come by and see if they can get them to hang out for a few sets, hear a song. Right, and, you know, guys try like you guys were some years back and see if they can possibly get some interest in the band, maybe put together a small, maybe not per se a record deal, but at least spawn a little interest in the band and maybe go out on some sort of small club tour opening for strippers.
Cool.
Exactly. Well, maybe we'll get to open for Oasis if they like us.
It'd be like
after
the
this.
Spice Girls, so opening slot for the Spice Girls.
Right. Good. You worked slot and opening into the Spice Girls name there. All right.
Freudian.
Slot and opening. What?
Addie.
Audie.
You're 14.
Yeah, I have a question for the Offspring.
Okay.
I just got a CD by RKO.
Uh-huh.
And they have, on your single for Self-Esteem, you have the song Jennifer Lost the War.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed that there's, like, the same song on the RKL CD.
They do Jennifer Lost the War?
Yeah, or something like it.
Really? Wow. I'm not aware of that. You know, I don't know RKL very well. We've played with them a couple times, and they seem like really good guys.
They're not together anymore.
I don't think they are either.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they were actually covering one of our songs, if they actually had done that.
Because you figure you would have heard about it?
I figured would have.
You'd be
listening to the CD, and it was like...
Actually, you'd be amazed at what people cover. I mean, we did this interview where some band, a polka band from Sweden, covered one of our... They took one of our songs and made it polka. It was really amazing.
You know you've arrived.
Really cool.
In Holland, they took the La 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 part of Self-Esteem and made a whole house remix, 10 minutes long, of just that part, house remix. And it charted at about number 22 or something like that.
Wow. And
so there you go. So if just that much of the song can go to number 22.
Oh, imagine what the entire CD would do in Holland.
I don't know.
But they smoke a lot of weed there, so I can understand that. Do you get any? Do you see any of that action? I mean, are you getting any money off of stuff like that?
Not that. That's too little. I think you can rip off people that way. You can sample stuff like that if it's only a couple seconds.
Yeah, but who the hell did we have in here? I think it was George Clinton, who was saying that he's making a ton of money off just the sampling. Was it Clinton? Who the hell was that? No, I'm looking at Drew like he was involved with the show. But we've had some rap guys in here who have said, or I think a guy like George Clinton, who said he is just laughing all the way to the bank because they're taking all that old Funkadelic stuff and Parliament stuff and sampling it and selling millions of records, and he's getting a piece of the action now.
Well, it's kind of a gray area. Like if it's 5 seconds long, you can get away with it, and if it's 30, you can't.
Right.
Go somewhere in the middle. But
I was also wondering, what is written on the skull on the cover of Ixnay and the Hombre?
Says "Ala te espero."
Yeah, in your best Spanish accent, exactly.
Ala te espero.
Yeah, that's what it says. I'm not really sure. I would guess it sounds like it means I'm waiting for you.
Oh, I should probably ask my parents. They speak Spanish.
Kind of spooky. You speak Spanish?
Oh, my parents do.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let us know what that means.
Yeah, and I have a question.
Hopefully it doesn't mean like kill humanity or something like that.
I'm high is what it means.
And she has Adam, another language question.
Mahalo?
Mahalo mean?
Mahalo is Hawaiian for everything else that aloha doesn't mean. Put your trash here. Thank you. Welcome to Hawaii. Now, have you spent your money? Go the hell home. Everyone says thank you and mahalo. It really means like thank you.
Oh, okay.
And you have to go to Hawaii, and then you'll see mahalo everywhere.
And could the Offspring please say hi to my brother Alex? He worships you guys.
All right, they'll do it, but we'll do it off the air, right?
Okay.
All right. All right, but mental note, guys, during the next break, I want you to say hi to Alex.
Say hi, brother Alex.
Hi to Alex.
Yeah, well, we're playing some PSA or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, fantastic. Josh, 24.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey, good.
Hey, first of all, before I ask my question, I just wanted to let specifically Dr. Drew know. I've been listening to the show for about a month and a half and have gone crazy taping it every night just to turn it on, everybody else around me onto it. And have thus far managed to take a huge stack of cassette tapes into my therapist, of all people, to get him turned on to the show.
Wow,
So
interesting. Thanks.
must be doing something right.
It's a good way to spend your $90 an hour.
Yeah, listen to this.
I'll tell you what, we'll talk about my problems during the commercials.
No, he takes them with him and listens to him, not during our session, but he's pretty interested in.
All right, what is your therapist's name? First, just give me his first name.
Rick.
Rick,
Yeah.
the therapist. All right, will you send him this tape from tonight?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll give it to him. I'll see him like next week.
Let me just send a quick shout out to Rick.
Yeah, Dr. Butts.
Dr. Butts?
Yeah, not to be confused with Seymour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, Dr. Butts, this is Adam Carolla from LoveLine. We're aware of what you're doing with the female patients. Knock it off before we phone the proper authorities. You know what I mean. All right, go ahead. Let's get back to it, Josh.
Okay. But specifically what I had a question about is I've been on Prozac for about a month and a half, and recently last week increased my dose from 20 milligrams a day to 30 milligrams a day. And I've noticed a tendency to sort of, I guess it would be considered sort of a drug-seeking behavior, where after I take it, I kind of get on a high from it throughout the day at different times, and have a sort of a desire to want to take more.
Huh.
What is an average dose of Prozac,
20 to 40 milligrams a day.
So 30's right in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you're taking, 30?
I was taking 30 after I had some extreme agitation and difficulty with sleeping, and stuff. My doctor backed me off to 20.
Yeah. Prozac theoretically has no addictive potential whatsoever. Yeah. However, if you are an addict, the behavior of seeking reward from things outside of yourself is a pretty powerful behavior.
So taking things that alter you
is a behavior that's so highly rewarded by addicts that they learn that, and they continue to do that even with substances that are not potentially addictive.
Okay, so if I were someone that, for example, had a
family history
of alcoholism and whatnot,
then it would make some sense.
That would almost be explainable.
You will not get addicted, and it really has no addictive properties, but that whole behavior of pursuing things could be sort of reinforced.
I see.
And, I hope if you're getting treatment for depression, you're in therapy, that you really address the addiction elements in your disorder, too.
All right, Casey, 21, you're on with the Offspring.
Yeah, I've got a question. I was wondering if there's anything I can do. Is there any kind of medicine I can take so that I'm not so horny all the time?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Because it ruins my relationships.
What's it do?
They're not. I mean, I want it 24/7. I mean, all the time. And I've been engaged twice, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, you're 21? 21?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it always been this way?
Yep.
How often do you service yourself?
What do you mean?
How often you change your own transmission fluid, you idiot? Service. Come on.
With,
you service
by yourself, yeah.
By yourself?
Oh, no, by myself, never.
Oh, never?
With females all the time.
You never masturbate.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, please.
You don't masturbate.
You never dated Rosie
Well,
Palm?
there you go. There's a problem. Come on. Problem solved.
That's
Masturbate.
it. Next, Casey.
Yes.
What do you mean you never masturbate?
No.
How could a guy as horny as you not masturbate?
'Cause I always have a woman.
Wow! Oh, please. I never buy this. We'll get back to Casey in a second, but I can't stand this answer from guys. Masturbation and sex are different things. Same goal, same objective, same outcome, same stain comforter, but different. Masturbation is something you grow up with. It's something you start many years before you get into relationships. And it is...
I think in normal cases, yeah.
It is a part of life for most guys. You have to explain this to women. Please do not be offended. I brush my teeth. I floss. I go number
hygiene.
2.
It is.
These are all
hygiene.
things that I've been doing before I met you. Throw this on the pile, please.
See, I don't think you have to explain it to them, and I think women know. They just lie about it more.
Right. Oh, okay. But I can't believe that a guy who is as horny as Casey says he is doesn't take care of himself.
Men have a real misconception about women masturbating. It is a totally different experience for them.
Right. No penis.
Totally different.
Drew is absolutely right there. Casey.
Yes.
All right. So how often do you have sex with your current girlfriend?
Every day.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't enjoy that?
No.
What does she want?
I mean, it isn't just with one person.
Uh-huh.
I mean, so...
Do you have any momentum with alcohol?
I drink a lot, yeah.
Yeah. This really does sound like sexual compulsion, sexual addiction.
Why wouldn't he turn it on himself, though?
Because there's something wrong, something's up about his compulsiveness. I mean, sexual addiction really has a lot to do with expression of aggression, and he may not be getting that release from masturbation that he needs to get without acting it out on another person. Were you abused when you were younger?
No.
No. Your dad was an alcoholic, or mom?
He was never around.
Did he ever hit you or anything when he was around?
No.
He flew back in on Christmas to smack him, and then he went back.
Well, but if you're an alcoholic and you're compulsive this way, you're having consequences. This really can be conceptualized as a sexual compulsion, sexual addiction, and if it really is bothering you, no, there's no medicine. Well, I take it back. There are medications for compulsions. Things like Prozac, we just talked about that earlier, very often substantially reduces people's sex drive, so and also compulsion. So there might be a medication, but more importantly, you should...
I think he needs to just sort of keep his libido in check by the constant prostate maintenance program that I'm on.
Right. I think masturbation is a reasonable thing, but he'll probably get into that too and start having consequences and running up phone bills and all kinds of stuff. Look into SA, Sex and Addicts Anonymous.
I never called one of those. Have you guys ever called one of those sex lines?
Not seriously.
Just to kind of goof?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
we'd put a friend up to it. It would be at a friend's house. We'd put a friend up to it at like 4 a.m, drunk off our butts, and we'd all get on the other line, and our friend would, I don't know,
Yeah, I'm into like the visual end of pornography. I'm not really into the being sort of stimulated verbally. It never did it for me. I like to see.
I'm afraid that if I ever got into that, I'd run up huge phone bills, and so I just never went that route.
Right, and ultimately, you always get busted when you go that route. Somebody, the wife, the girlfriend,
Kenny
the fiance.
Kenny Rogers, didn't he get busted doing that?
Really?
I think so. Kenny Rogers was like, yeah.
He gambled and lost.
He was, yeah. The tapes were like, I remember hearing them on TV and stuff, yeah.
You gotta know when to hold up. Know when to fold up.
Another one of the mighty has fallen.
Yeah, man.
Know when to whack off. Know when to hang up. All right, Drew, have I driven the show into the ground yet?
Not all winners.
All right. You know, I got 2 hours a night to kill, Drew.
You have 3 other people here. You may not have noticed that.
All right. All right. Please don't make me self-conscious, Drew. You know who I am. Cody, 18.
Yeah, I've got a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
About the time that I started masturbating, I got kind of like the head of my penis kind of started splitting, like there's cracks in it, and I was wondering if that was really serious or if it'll heal in time or what.
Are you sexually active otherwise?
Yes.
So, but what I'm trying to figure out is it possible this is a sexually transmitted disease?
No, I've always used a condom.
Always use a condom. And does it come and go? Is it always there?
For a while, it kind of seemed to heal up, but then it came back really big.
Are you circumcised?
Yes.
Do you have any other? It sounds strange. Any other joint problems?
No, not that I know.
There is a thing called Reiter's syndrome where people can get this.
This is funny. He's talking about his penis, and you asked if he had a joint problem. You understand I'm going to smile when you say that.
I know. That's why I had to explain myself to you and not anybody else who's listening. But
you guys thought that was funny when he was asking about his joint, don't you?
It's something called Reiter's syndrome where they can get an outbreak on the head of the penis.
What is the cracking, though, Drew?
It's probably just some kind of dermatitis, some kind of contact dermatitis or irritation. There is something called succinate balanitis, which again goes along with this Reiter's syndrome. Herpes can sometimes look like cracks. And
really?
Yeah, but I doubt that's what it is. I mean, it's probably just a dermatitis, but you ought to take it to a dermatologist and have them look at it. All right? I mean, that's what dermatologists do a lot of, and it's not a big deal.
Well, they look at a lot of penises, dermatologists?
I was amazed when I did a derm rotation how much of that there is in dermatology. That's a part of skin that is delicate and has things happen to it, and people worry about it. And the men have nowhere else to go with it.
Would you would go to a dermatologist before you went to a urologist?
Yes.
Okay.
That's just for the skin part, yes.
All right. Now, I would be very disillusioned if I went to work as a dermatologist and stared at penises all day. I figured, I'd be working on celebrities' crow's feet or something. And instead, here's a bunch of 18-year-olds with cracked penises. Am I right, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I got him whipped. All right. We are going to hear something. Ann, what are we going to hear from the Offspring next? And what's it off of? Is it off of... we're going to hear Mota. All right. It would have been better radio if I did that about 15 minutes ago. And Ann yelled, that's what we're going to go to. But I'm so in love with the sound of my own voice that we had to keep going. But I will take a break for myself, and we will hear the Offspring's Mota after this.
Meanwhile, as the faceless evil closes in on the hapless, sleeping populace across town in a shanty one-bedroom, an old woman feeds her parakeet.
Come on, Chirpy, have some cheese. You love cheese. Since when are you afraid of cheese?
LoveLine will be right back.
Man turns animal for the erotic pleasures of women.
It's LoveLine. All right.
W-E-B-N.
Yes, we are here with the Offspring. That would be Dexter and Noodles, and Dr. Drew is also here as well. Good, bad, or indifferent, he's here. Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Forget about the fax number. Ixnay on the Hombre is the name of the latest CD from The Offspring, and the song we're about to hear is called Mota.
Mota. Mota.
Mota.
Hey, all right.
A rare feat of timing here on Loveline. Usually they come back, Drew is blowing his nose, and I'm using the F word, discussing some management or something. But this time I looked at Engineer Mike, and he gave me the little countdown and pointed right at me.
There it is.
Oh, that's good. Geez, we ought to play it again, Mike, just so I can come in again.
You should have been the guy on the record.
That felt good. Yeah, you got to keep them separated.
Here it is.
Mota. All right.
Wow.
Thanks.
Hey, maybe you can do it at the Weenie Roast.
All right. If you make that the last song in the set, and then I'll just come running out in a sombrero with a poncho on and an erection. And I'll yell Mota.
You and Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Not me.
It's going to take, if Drew wants to have an erection for Saturday, he's going to have to start chubbing up now, though. He's an older guy. He works long hours. Okay, Drew?
Sure.
Okay. All right. That is the Offspring off of Ixnay on the Hombre, and this is Alex, 15.
Yeah, I want to have a question for the Offspring. I have something to tell you guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Alex,
on the cover of Ixnay on the Hombre, it says Ayate Espero.
Right.
And what it means in Spanish, it's basically, I'll see you there, or I'll meet you there, I'll wait for you there. And I guess what it kind of means is that I'll see you in the afterlife. It's kind of like the equivalent of, like, I'll see you in hell.
See you on the other side.
Very good.
So,
well, when it's tattooed to a skull, it's I'll see you in hell.
yeah.
But it's not.
It doesn't have to be hell.
But it is not really hell, is it? Because that's
basically it's just like afterlife. Like, I'll see you in the afterlife.
I mean, the whole Day of the Dead vibe is all skeletons and stuff, but
it's
it
kind of like
doesn't
these.
mean hell.
It's kind of like our spirits are partying on the other side. You know, they don't.
Exactly. It's a
They
big
have
party.
a really kind of lighthearted look at death.
Yeah, like for Day of the Dead, like sugar encrusted skulls and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you ever go to Mexico, and I'm guessing parts of or most of like South America,
Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff.
they really celebrate that. I mean, they have, candle holders and they have like a lot of skeletons and depictions of death, but it's not a real morbid thing. It's more of a celebration.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like the Spirit's Passage.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's neat. It's neat, like folk art that is starting to. It's been around for a long time south of the border, but it's starting to spill over in here, like the Voodoo Glow Skulls have it all over their CD and stuff like that.
I think typical American culture's just kind of spilt over into Southern California, but
right. Yes, the border patrol's not what it used to be, and a lot of the culture is coming across. And if you live, I guess Orange County is halfway there. Eventually, will be consumed by Ensenada and Tijuana.
Well, I mean, yeah, this land used to, it's whatever, history lesson, it used to be part of Mexico. So,
Right.
I mean, Santa Ana and, Los Angeles and stuff. So, I mean, the culture's totally there. We grew up with this stuff, really.
Right.
So.
Here's my plan for illegal immigration, by the way, without getting too controversial.
Right.
I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but I think it's brilliant. We take the border from between Tijuana and San Diego, and we move it back into the middle of Ensenada. And that way, when people flee across the border, they end up in Tijuana. You see, Drew?
Right.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, this is Alex.
Hey, Alex?
Yeah.
You want to talk to the band about anything else?
Yeah, like, your new album,
Uh-huh.
it kicks ass.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's, like, my favorite CD. It's been there for, like, a long time.
Wow, that's really cool. Thanks.
All right.
All right, Alex.
Right on, Alex. Thanks for calling, man.
Enjoy. Patrick, 20.
Oh, yeah, I had a question for both of you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Both of who?
Excuse me?
The rich guys or the poor guys?
Both Drew and Adam.
All right.
The question was, I've been seeing a girl here for about 4 months, and I think that it's getting really serious. And I think that she's a very conservative girl from Alabama. And the thing I was wondering is, I think the topic of sex is going to come up soon. And I feel that she is a virgin, but I've been with like 10 partners. And I was wondering, is it imperative that I tell her that I've been with 10 people? Because I think that if I did tell her that I've been with this many people, that this could screw things up.
How do you know she's a virgin?
Well, just like there's different behaviors. You know what I'm saying?
She's displaying virgin-like behaviors.
Qualities.
Yeah.
Qualities,
that's
yes.
Right. Yeah.
I would... I'd be willing to bet that she's had an Alabamian or two. Probably Bear Bryant.
No, I really don't think she has, though. That's the thing.
But this is... How old is she?
She's 18.
All right. But this is speculation, but we'll just assume for a moment she is a virgin.
Okay.
All right. Women do not hold men to the same standards that men hold women to oftentimes when it comes to partners.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a woman doesn't mind if a guy's been around a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Well, listen, Noodles. I'm not talking about on tour and doing half the front row in the hotel on
It's
that
like
evening.
And you get laid like every night now that you're a radio guy too, don't you?
Absolutely.
It's changed your life drastically. Sure.
I have a groupie under the desk right now.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. That's Ann. All right. 10 people is, it's barely it's not even a football team.
It's none of her business, really. I mean, it's her business that he's not having sexually transmitted diseases and he may want to get tested, but really it's the mystery lesson here.
Yes. More mystery, less history, as I've been known to say. All right, Patrick, here's the deal. You will get nothing out of telling her the truth.
Well, don't lie.
Yes.
No, don't lie.
What? Listen.
That's the question I was wondering.
All right, she's not going to
get into it.
Tell her? Should I go and tell her? Yeah, I've only been with 4 people, and
do not lie. It will get you in the long run.
No,
it will.
All right. Here's what you need to. Here's what you need to be. You need to be evasive. Every girlfriend I've ever had, this will come up.
They can learn evasiveness just by listening to the show a little bit. Huh?
Yeah.
How many sexual partners have you had, Adam?
We'll show you how to do it. Yes.
Right, Adam,
go ahead.
Have you ever had sex with anybody?
Huh?
No, have you ever had sex with anybody before, Adam?
Have I ever had sex with anybody?
Right. Have you ever had sex with anybody?
My brother's a real a-hole.
Huh?
He came in the room and found my bong, and he showed it to my parents. Now, do you see how it goes?
Wow.
You just change it. First you say, huh, then you repeat the question, and then you move on.
Wow.
You guys learning from this?
Wise in the ways of women.
No.
You should write a book.
They want. I really should. At least a pamphlet.
You got a couple points taken off for not saying a second time and then repeating the question.
You're right, but we're running late for break. People do not want the truth. Like, people will say, have you ever been with anyone sexier than me? And you go, I mean, and this woman could be 10 miles of bad road. You just go, are you kidding? Now, that's not even a lie. You're giving them an alternative answer.
You don't say,
and they'll go,
no hesitation. You can't have any hesitation.
Right. No beats. Right. Just jump right in. Even if it has to just be a long while you're thinking, you have to have something audible.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
Right,
So you got to jump in quick, man, to answer that question. Well, it depends.
But they want to
how
believe
serious
it.
you are.
Right.
If it's a serious relationship, you jump in quick with an absolutely not. You were the finest person, finest woman I've ever been with.
Right. So here's the correct answer. Have you been with a lot of girls? Or how many girls have you been with? I have been with some girls, but none as fine as you. And that's it. They'll let it drop, and they'll move on, unless they're really screwed up and they keep probing.
That's going to sound like a crock, man.
No. It is?
That's going to sound like BS.
To an 18-year-old virgin from Alabama? Come on.
You may have a point.
Thank you. All right. Drew, sell the hell out of the next call before we leave.
Joyce, 15, wants to know what's a good age to start dating.
The voices are trying to throw me off while I'm trying to concentrate on this.
Okay, you're safe.
Thank you. LoveLine will be right back.
It's not hard to swallow. We've got a frog in our throat.
Lick it up.
It's LoveLine.
W-E-B-N.
Yes, this is LoveLine. The Offspring is here. That would be Noodles and Dexter from The Offspring. And Engineer Mike, you getting the Donna D'Erico thing? 5 seconds? Okay.
Getting the Donna D'Erico thing? How exactly do you mean that?
Well, you guys just did a liner. And one of our all-time favorites here is Donna D'Erico, who, God bless that little minx, was in here just having the time of her life. Had a little too much red wine, and her liner came out something like this.
Hey, this is Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
And this is Donna D'Erico from Baywatch. And you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla
And Dr. Drew.
Ooh.
Let me hear that, Donnie.
And this is Donna D'Erico from Baywatch.
You know you're drunk when you've given up on your own name.
That's hot.
Got your name right.
And this is Donna D'Erico from...
Oh, what a night that was. It was it was like we're back in high school again, wasn't it,
We
Drew?
were 14. We were transported back to 14.
Donna was wearing some well, I asked just to have a look, because she's on Baywatch, and I thought, how often do you get someone from Baywatch in here, and might as well just ask. And
So if David Hasselhoff was in here, you'd ask?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see his chest, but I'd like to look at his nuts. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Who wouldn't?
Joyce, 15, you're on with The Offspring.
Hi.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi, Drew, Adam, Offspring.
Joyce.
Okay, I'm so glad I got hold of you guys. Adam, yes, very funny, but I actually have words for Drew. Drew, you work so hard. You work so hard. No one ever seems to, acknowledge you.
Thank you.
I love you so much. You actually have helped me a lot. I've only been listening to the show, religiously for about a couple months, but, you help people a lot. I heard that your wife listens to the show.
Occasionally. She just
Occasionally. Are you kidding? Anytime I say anything about her, I get a call from her at home the next day.
Do you know
she
she's
tees off on me. I swear to God, she does.
I'll bring her tape if you want to tell her something.
Well, I just wanted to say, Mrs. Drew, that I've heard your husband's voice on the radio. I love what he has to say. And, yeah, I have seen the television show Lucky Woman. Drew's a good man. Yeah, a little Drew crush, but... All
right, hold on. Here's how we'll ensure that she's listening. Boy, that wife of yours is a big pain in the ass, Drew. All right, now you know she's listening.
Joyce, thank you.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 15. I'm going to be 16 in a month, and it seems really weird, but I'm really wondering if something is wrong with me, because everyone I know, all my friends have at least in some point in their lives had a boy say hello to them, and I get nothing. And I know it sounds really weird, and I know there's nothing really wrong with me, but, what's normal development? When do you know something's really wrong?
Are you fat?
No.
I'm so glad someone asked that.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that one there.
Joyce,
Mm-hmm.
you got to understand we live in a society where that's a relevant question. Sad but true.
Pathetic.
Pathetic but true. It's true. Listen, if you were 15 and 300 pounds, I would say yeah, it's because you're 300 pounds. That's the way society crumbles. But
then you lose all the weight, and then you get to go on Jenny Jones, and you're a star, and you can invite all of the.
You can be on Baywatch
guys
come on the show with Nikki Sixx and get drunk.
Do you have many friends?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends, and that's what I don't get.
All right, but
it's not like I'm alone in the hall crying, you know?
Do you really want to date?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, really?
I've had a couple of friends that are they're guy friends, and they're just friends, and they're really dense or something because I can't get them. Hello, hi, I really like you. They don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's also the chance that you're just totally outrageously hot, and the guys are just
intimidated.
Totally intimidated.
Could be that.
That's a long shot, though. But
yeah,
could
it kind
be.
of is.
Could be.
Well, Joyce, here's my take. I think it's nothing physical, but you're 15 and you sound like you're going on 35. That's all right. I mean, you're very mature sounding.
Very impressive, actually. Yeah.
And you're pretty straightforward, and you got to realize when a guy's 15, 16, they're on shaky ground, and you may just sort of intimidate them a little bit with your intellect.
Well, I also kind of have like an older man kind of thing, and I was going to call in with that, but I already heard you talking about that.
Well, again, it'll settle down. You may actually, as much as you would like to date, you may really not be ready to date. I mean, maybe your peers are just not. I guess you did say there were a couple of them you were interested in. They just didn't seem to reciprocate it. I would just keep. Can you ask a guy out? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. For some reason, I've come close, but I guess it's just like the way I was raised.
All right, is there a guy you like right now?
No, actually, no.
No,
Give up.
Not one of these. What was his name? What was his name?
Do I have to say?
Yeah.
Okay, his name was Ben.
Ben. And what happened with Ben? You hung out, but he never asked you out?
Yeah, I mean, we were friends, and he came. They had a party for me, and he came, and it was really great. But I had a friend, and she started to like him, so I just completely backed off. I got totally intimidated.
Why don't you ask him out?
Because it kind of wore off.
Yeah.
I waited like a year.
All right. You need to ask somebody out. I think that's what you got to do. Just at least in a non-threatening way, and just maybe some afternoon, just to hang out.
Just go down to the malt shop,
Well,
have a soda.
I mean, how many guys ask girls out when they're 15? I mean,
that's true.
Not really,
that's another point.
It's not really
guys
a common thing.
That's a great point. Guys aren't apt to do that.
That is the most awkward time.
Right.
I don't know. I'm approaching my 16th birthday, and I'm just thinking, great, I'm going to hit 16. And
she sounds like 16 the way most people refer to 40.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, life's over.
Yeah, a little liposuction and peel, and you'll be fine. Don't worry,
Benny
Joyce.
Ford Clinic. And
Joyce, you know what? You're going to be fine. There's not going to be any problem. You're going to be fine.
Okay.
All right, Joyce. Here's the deal. Joyce, listen.
Yeah.
Do not outthink yourself here. Different people hit their stride at different times in their life. God knows I'm still waiting to hit mine. You understand?
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't do well in high school. They hit their prime in college. Some people hit their prime in high school and couldn't get laid in college. Oh, that's a curse.
Don't go to college.
You love that? You love going to the, you see the guy who was like just Johnny Macho Jock, had all the
Stud
girls.
guy.
You see him at 25 and he's, his
Bald.
hairline's back to here.
Right.
Big old beer gut.
Working construction.
Yep.
Hey.
There is a God,
I'm going to start crying if they keep going. No, but I went to my 10-year reunion a couple of years ago, and that's what it was. All the guys that were the jocks kept eating as if they were playing varsity basketball, except for their new hobbies are phone sex. And computer sex, and the guts out to here, and because they're so testosterone laden, the hair is falling out, and they're not what they were. Hey, any one of those big time models, spokesmodels, supermodels, you always ask them how they did in high school, and they always say about how goofy they were, and no one asked them out. Although I always think that's a line of BS. Like Cindy Crawford never got asked out because she was such a pig in the 11th grade.
You never know.
Ken, 15.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Man, Offspring, I love you guys. You guys rock.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I know this. I'm Catholic, and I know this girl, and I've been talking with her for a while now, and I'd kind of like to start, getting a little more serious, and I was wondering how I should go about that.
Tell her God told you. Is she Catholic too?
Yeah, she is.
You guys go do Catholic things together?
Well, we all do, regular type stuff.
Yeah. Do you go to church together or something?
Yeah.
Is it all right to ask her out?
I'm not sure. I was just wondering, how I would go about something like that.
You got to go for broke. I mean, you really do. Don't you guys wish? I mean, turn the clock back to 15. Does it matter anymore now? I mean, don't you wish? Don't you wish you just had the courage and the conviction just to live your life without being under the shadow of your own doubt all the time?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? It doesn't matter. I mean, as a guy, you're supposed to ask out women. Women are not put off. I mean, you heard our last caller. Hell, even if they don't want to go out with you, they're at least flattered that you asked.
That's true. Yeah, because she seems really nice, and I've been, trying to get a little closer. And
Okay, where is she now?
What do you mean? I mean, she's, you mean where she lives?
Well, we'd like to talk to her.
Oh, I don't think so. She's got, a phone curfew of, 9 o'clock. And so is mine, so I'm technically not supposed to be on the phone.
Okay, put your dad on the phone. Confession. I want to alert him to what's going on. All right. Do you have impure thoughts about her, Ken?
Very often. No, just kidding.
Okay. No, we know you do. All right. You have...
Smokes a little pot, too, man.
Do you smoke a little weed?
No, I do not smoke pot.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Just peyote?
No.
No, okay.
No, my friend Sean does that.
Okay. I'm sure he's listening. I'm sure his folks are, too. All right, Ken, go ask her out.
Okay.
Free yourself up. The Lord said it in Leviticus 15.
He said carpe diem, right?
He said carpe diem.
Oh, that was Caesar.
Yeah,
Caesar.
Seize the Catholic girl.
Seize the Catholic
Robin
girl.
Williams.
Carpe diem. Get the van.
All right, that translates out to?
Yes, that's a modern day translation. Go with the power of many. The Lord is on your side.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And
oh, for Christ's sake! Hold on. Wait a minute. Now I'm all screwed up. What the hell was that?
I'm sorry. Offspring.
Yeah.
I was wondering that song Tehran. It's about Desert Storm, right?
No, actually.
Actually, we came out before, yeah.
Oh, really?
We were off by just a little bit.
I was wondering what you were referring to when you said Sweet Satan in there.
No, it doesn't.
Don't say Sweet Satan. It's.
It says great. It says great Satan.
Oh, great. Satan.
The song was written during that whole Ayatollah stuff that was going on, which just happened to be a couple years before it all blew up one country away in Iraq and stuff. But the big thing about them is they always refer to the USA as the Great Satan, and so there's a commentary on that whole situation. And so in the middle of it, we just repeated the words "Great Satan," but it meant to be their characterization of the United States, calling them Great Satan.
Right.
We're not satanic.
Right, but when you're 14 and you're stoned, that means you made a pact with the devil. You understand.
Just don't listen to that one backwards.
That's right.
We'll really be in for it.
All right, we will come back to wrap up and wrap down with the Offspring.
I don't think they're aware of how much they suck. Hey, that's not very nice. You kissed my mother with that mouth? I mean, your mother? LoveLine will be right back.
Oh, God. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, that is it. I'm eating, so you know we're out of show. Ixnay on the Hombre is the name of the CD from The Offspring. I am sure everybody within the sound of my voice already has it, but these days with a CD player at home, CD player in the office sometimes, CD player in the car, the portable CD players that you wear when you're working out, you really need more than one CD. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Let's say you're at the gym and you want to work out to The Offspring, but the CD is back at home. Well, don't you feel stupid for not having two or three?
Yeah, good idea.
All right, so this is just pragmatism. And I'm not saying this because the band's here.
Right, how many do you have?
I have 50. Well, let's see. How many CD players do I have? And then I keep one in my ass.
There you go.
So I can
spare.
So I can get to Mexico with
You're
it.
at a friend's house.
Right. All right. In case I ever get in lockdown and I need to barter for some cigarettes, I keep an Offspring CD in my ass. All right. I'm going to pass the liner notes later on tonight, Drew, if you'd like to stick around for that.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Noodles, Dexter. We do appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having us.
We will see you guys at the Weenie Roast.
Yeah.
And, geez, I guess we should have plugged that a little more. I think they're having trouble moving tickets.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy. LoveLine producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Obo. Obo, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.